Testing, testing. Okay, so I wanted to play some Halo Wars, so I figured I was gonna play some Halo Wars anyway, so I figured why not just do a quick little video on some Halo Wars on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not stream some Halo Wars on YouTube just for a few minutes? It's not going to be a long stream by any stretch of the word. Maybe probably less than 30 minutes, maybe even less than that, because I also got recording to do tonight. So I'm gonna play some Halo Wars. We're gonna be doing that whole thing, and yeah. I'm not gonna start the story. In fact, okay, hold on. Please go away. I probably should have thought of this first off. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'll turn it real quickly. I'm not gonna be playing. I don't even know if anyone's watching this. I'm not gonna be playing the actual story mode. I'm just gonna be chilling for a minute. I just want to play the game for a few minutes, so I decided I was just gonna hop on here and play a few seconds. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be doing some. I don't know. Is this game still multiplayer? Can I actually play this multiplayer? I can. Okay. No. Because I'm not playing with the microphone on. Let's do a multiplayer game. Okay. Yeah, no, skirmish. Yeah, skirmish. Players. Any. We'll do a 3v3. Map. Any. Mode. Play with standard game settings. Start with high resources and all tech bases product with more population. Grand Plex, Tug of War. I haven't played Deathmatch in a while. I like Deathmatch, I think. Difficulty. We'll go with any. It doesn't matter. Now we'll just go with normal. And then we'll look for fine games. I highly doubt there is any games in this particular class. Who's playing this game nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Who? Maybe on PC there's a small population, but I don't think there's I might as well just do a solo skirmish. Maybe there's a small population. Who the heck do you think we are playing as Captain Cutter? We're playing as the Arbiter. You hear that, RB? I'm playing as you. Let me go and see. We'll go with, yeah, it'll be a 1v1 for now. Certain maps are restricted online, and I don't know why. Which map is my favorite? I do kind of like that map, but I don't really. The flood. Maps with the flood are a headache to me, and I really don't feel like dealing with it. I think I always liked respiratory the most. We'll do a deathmatch, automatic. We'll do normal mode for now, and we'll start the game. We're starting with a pretty good base, a good amount of resources, fully upgraded. We can actually call out scarabs and everything right away. So I'm gonna build a blessed warehouse. Oh wait, I don't. Yeah, okay. Build a blessed warehouse. I'll build another blessed warehouse. I'll buy a. We'll build a shield generator. Upgrades. So we'll train infantry. I'm probably gonna look for getting a new base anyway. So. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all I need to survive in this Where? Okay, I have a ghost. That's pretty much all I need to survive in this little old wasteland that we call Halo Wars. Where is he at? I could play Halo Wars 2, by the way. I used the Halo Wars. I should mention I used Halo Wars 2 as the thumbnail for this video, but I already have for the stream. I have Halo Wars 2. I just don't want to play it right now. Halo Wars 1 is still my favorite. Halo Wars 2 is a good game, by the way. So don't think I'm saying I'm not. I don't think Halo Wars 2 is a good game. It's a good game. It's just I want to play Halo Wars 1 right now. It's particularly my favorite of the two. I'm actually gonna go over here and build another base now because I want to have. Oh well, never mind. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. I didn't. You know what? Go. You want to serve? Go back home. He's gonna get blown up. Okay. You know what? Never mind. That's what we get. That's what I get. That's what I get for hoping. He's probably already over there chilling. Here I am, done screwed myself over. Let's go ahead and get. Gotta have 20 spots open for a scarab. We'll just grab a couple grunts really quickly. Waiting for the shield generator to be done. I'm sure he's fully trained up some guys over there and there's nothing I can do. There we go. Suicide grunts suck. I don't like them. But what? Oops, probably shouldn't say that word on YouTube. Please don't ban me, YouTube. I didn't mean to say that. We'll just call them S grunts or something like that. But S grunts, I'm sure, freaking suck because I need the whole trains. Here we go. We could train some hunters, some grunts for our main infantry. A couple of jackals are fun, but they're not too good. Probably get ourselves another grunt really quickly. No, okay, this. No, I didn't mean to do all minutes. I'm pretty sure there was a. Maybe there is no special weapons in here. I thought there were. No. Too bad. It doesn't matter if you don't want it. You're gonna do what I tell you to do. Power fully upgraded. Okay. We are going to. Let me go ahead and get a. There we go. Now we can get some real guys. Go down here and see if we can't conquer that base. Grab the supplies first. Oh, there's one right there. Summons engineer. That's the temple. There we go. We're gonna build another base because I want a resource farm essentially. So that's what I always try to build another base because the thing is, when I play Halo Wars, I consume resources like water, man. I'm telling you, I treat this game similar to how World War II was treated, in that like I gotta just continuously supply the war machine, regardless of whatever it is. I gotta supply the war machine at all costs. So we're just building that's all we're building here. This is just a resource camp. That's it. And I will build a blessed warehouse, shield generator. What's this section for again? Here we go. There's the Arbiter. The Arbiter, man. This is my favorite. Now, hold on. We need some upgrades. Okay, well, we already got the Arbiter, so that's the only upgrades we can get. Well, let's start ourselves in the land of battle, and let's just go take a shot over here and see what we get. Yeah, I'm sure you will, General. Yes, you go now and fight more. I love grunts, dude. Grunts are so wrong. People treat grunts so wrong, dude. I really love the grunts. They're my favorite. Enemy, where? Look at the Arbiter, man. He's just so freaking cool. He's the freaking Arbiter. Where? Oh man. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Where is they? Where they at? Okay, you know what? Maybe we should go back. Go back. Go back. No, go back, because he said watch your enemies. A warehouse. Where did I build a warehouse? Should probably, let me get on building some turrets around here so we can keep this place safe too. Just in case some of these jerks do show up. I knew it. He was right. Please hurry up. He's the one with the special resources. I don't get any, man. Whatever. We're alive. That's all that matters. Now let's call out. Let's get a couple of locusts out here. What are they fighting? Chase them! Chase them! Go! Oh. Yeah, you forgetting to train additional units. Y'all finish killing whoever it is you're over there killing. I know. I'm like, no, only he gets the special what UNC weapon, USNC, blah blah blah. I can't talk. Where? Oh, over here. These guys get on my freaking nerves, dude. I'm tired of you. Boom, Sky Hive. Okay, now get over here and destroy this guy. Did I? Engagement where? Oh, they're fighting over there. Oh, the Sentinels. We got shields, Sentinels. Screw you. You guys are slow, I'll tell you that much. We probably could have been. Had you had been here faster. The heck are you shooting at, you idiots? Okay. This is stupid. Go right here. Is he already dead? No, he's not. Heal it all you want. You're done. You're done. I don't know what that noise is I'm making. You got it. And his base is destroyed. He got it. He has another one over there. I'm about to go train some more. Oh man, I love the victory song. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's preparing Spartans. Okay, good for him. Now we need flights. These are our main air units. We're gonna train some of those guys. We want our main guys over here now, though. Hurry up. Either you speed up or we die. And if he's training Spartans, that's a problem for us. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he hasn't had time yet. I think we got this, dude. Won. Yeah, we pretty much won. We got a victory. He's done. Now, okay, you don't technically win until you snuff him out, so I don't know where he's hiding. I'm not gonna particularly go look for him right now. I'm more so worried about having his main base destroyed, which we have done. Now it's time for us to go back here and see what we could do about our. This is a supply chain. Yeah, this is just a supply chain. We gotta train more troops ourselves now. He's got to be hiding somewhere around here, so. And he's probably up here. Oh no, never mind. He just lost. Well, I mean, there we go. And it was Captain Cutter, too. Poor fella. So now I think I'm going to be Captain Cutter and he can be the... No, he can't be the Arbiter. I don't want to fight the Arbiter. He could be the Prophet of Regret. Not Blood Gosh. Not bad. Standard Deathmatch. Let's do a 2v2 this time. The Arbiter's gonna be on my team, and he's gonna. On his team, he'll get freaking Professor Anders. Where were we? I just. Ooh, the docks. The docks was a pretty. I don't like the docks. It was a bit of a headache, if I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, an achievement. Halo undergraduate. We'll go to heroic difficulty. I want a little bit of a harder challenge this time. But I haven't played Halo Wars 1 in a minute, so I just wanted to regain an understanding of how to do things. Heavy supply pad. Oops. Heavy supply pad. Barracks. Vehicle depot. Air pad. Heavy supply pad. Heavy supply pad. Get those turrets up and going right away. The back ones will turn to anti-air turrets. Train ourselves in the elephant right off the bat. Train ourselves a warthog. There we go. There's the special powers. Probably would have had, if I can use some of them. Let me see how much reactor power. I got 4 reactors. I don't know where they are, but I have 4. Station. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to. Okay. Have we dropped some ODST units yet? ODST drop. Okay, I'm gonna go. Welcome, Mr. Claymo, to you the banana. You here to stay this time, or you're gonna bail? We're not going to be playing for long. I just want to, I really like Halo Wars. And by the way, before anyone says anything, this is Halo Wars 1, and I did use Halo Wars 2 as a thumbnail, but I do own Halo Wars 2 as well, so stay. Okay, well, welcome. Now you can enjoy more thrilling combat. This is the only strategy game that I actually like. Halo Wars 1 and 2. I do have Halo Wars 2 as well, but I decided to play Halo Wars 1 because it is my favorite. I love Halo Wars 2 too. It's also a good game, but Halo Wars 1 is my all-time favorite for sure. Can I? I'm pretty sure you remember what Halo Wars is. 2 teams, Halo, the UNSC versus the Covenant. I'll take a Scorpion. I like Wolverines because they're anti-air vehicles, but not even Age of Civilizations 2. What does that count? Does that count as a strategy? I've heard those games are called map games or something. I don't know, dude. I'm confused. Halo Wars it'll still if that is a strategy game, it'll still be Halo Wars. Halo Wars, because Halo Wars has always been there for me. Like this, before I've even discovered Age of Civilizations 2, this was always my favorite strategy game, and that's not going to change now. Halo Wars 2 is probably Age of Civilizations 2 is probably my second, and then Halo Wars 2 is probably my third, and Age of Civilizations 2 is probably my second. I was just playing actually really good game, in which I was actually, speaking of which, because I don't really talk about Age of Civilizations 2, but not too much anymore. But in short, I was actually playing a really good game the other day, in which it was World War II, and pretty much I did the exact opposite of what happened in real life. Oh, he attacked unsuccessfully. I pretty much just teamed the Soviet Union with Nazi Germany and won the war. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube either. Well, I didn't win the war. It was just during the war, and I just instead of signing a non-aggression pact, I actually signed an alliance pact with Germany and Italy. Here we are, friends. Blah blah blah. And we pretty much take over. We tried to take over the world. I'm still in the middle of that game, by the way. I haven't stopped. Can you stop? Like, chill, dude. Why are you going after them already? Can't a fella build up his army first? Do some stuff like that? I understand the bloodthirst, but just like, it's been getting less. I've been drawing a lot lately. It's been getting less awful. That's super cool. Oh, he's ready to assault that base. That's super cool. Them drawings are pretty cool too. I should probably dock in the elephant somewhere. This is why you build turrets, folks. This is why. Oh, he froze the entire thing, you loser. Let me, you want to get the anti-air, so this is anti-air tech. Yeah, you always want always have anti-air in the back. I'm telling you right now. Well, I'm pretty sure you're never going to play Halo Wars, but even if you did, you always want anti-air guns in the back. Okay. Did we win? We did win. Yeah, our base is under attack. Well, whatever. Screw that guy. Let's go over here. Let's just go ahead and take them on right away. This dude's not playing around. He's ready to rush. By the way, you didn't get it, but I was drawing Pokemon stuff. Oh, yeah, I never... I don't know... about me and Pokemon don't really mix, so I don't know too much about... This dude's sending a full assault. You know what? I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to have to go back, because you aren't defending me. Hurry up, please, man, because these guys are... I don't even think I could get any more. Yeah, I'm already at maximum population. Oh, dude, ODSTs are so powerful. There you go. Take you and your crappy little army and get out of my face. No. We're going right over there to take... So it's good and kind of... Wait, I actually rewatched my complaints video. It's actually good and kind of funny looking back. That's awesome, dude. I forgot all about Sega Slayer 64 complaints, and I had some good ideas for episodes too, and I forgot about them. I forgot what episodes I were gonna make. Dude, I should have wrote those down. Why didn't I write them down? I don't know. Yeah, I don't even remember now. I was supposed to bring back so many good... There were so many good episodes I was gonna make. I can kind of remember one or two of them, but I don't remember most of the ones I was gonna make. That kind of sucks. The part where I mentioned that Stephen Norman died. I think the thing is my dude, he's still trying to freaking... You know what? Hurry up. Grenades. He's still trying to build in the process of me destroying it. Get him! That is one I actually do plan to make one day. So funny enough, I do plan to make that one day. I didn't... Oh wait, you were probably trying to remind me that I did say I was going to make that one day. Yeah, I am going to make that one day. He built a base over here already? Who's going to build... That's a pretty risky spot to build a base, let me tell you, because... Let me drop some ODSTs over here. And of course he's been driven back. He's an idiot. Why would he... You were saying, oh yeah, obviously I'm not the biggest, since I don't tend to know much about Pokemon, like I said, so if it sounds like I don't know too much about Pokemon, that's because I don't know too much about Pokemon outside of Mystery Dungeon. And even Mystery Dungeon, and even the thing about Mystery, oh come on, destroy him, Spartans. Even the thing is about Mystery Dungeon is it's more so focused on the story than the whole, this type of Pokemon, that type of Pokemon shtick, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, Macablast. Ooh, that's gonna come in handy. That's like I'm not the biggest Pokemon connoisseur, so I cannot tell you a ton of stuff about Pokemon. Or if it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to Pokemon, it's because I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to Pokemon. I can't do it. I can't stand RPGs. I can't even stomach them. And even stuff like strategy games, I only like one or two. Case in point, Halo Wars 1 and 2, and because why would you put a base right there? Even for something like Halo Wars, even for something like strategy games, I only like two strategy games: Halo Wars and Disruptor. I only like two strategy games: Halo Wars and freaking Age of Civilizations, and that's it. And that Halo Wars includes both Halo Wars, by the way, 1 and 2. Where are you guys? Why are you just sitting there? Okay, let me read this. No one cares about the manga adaptation, which actually has a different story, but unfortunately you can't read. Who, me? Yes, I can read. Or do you mean it's in Japanese, which you could also still read? But again, I also don't read comic books, so it's like a... Well, I do read it. I might read it. I plan to read some Batman ones one day, but like I don't read them traditionally. Hurry up. Drop 3 Macablast right there. ODSTs. Let's replenish as much as we can. Power plus new leader powers from me. Okay. It's Batman's cool. Batman is my favorite superhero of all. I love. I'm definitely gonna get down and read some of his one day. One day, I don't know when that day will be, but it will be one day. I will sit down and actually read some Batman comics for sure. By the way, I apologize for the language in this game. I should probably mention that. I mean, it's not anything severe. It's just more, you know, it's not like severe language. It's very light language, but it is still language. So I should just let you know. Actually, can you guys sit still for like a second? The enemy now controls that location. Okay, you know what? Well, destroy his shield generator. His shield generator. I can't talk. I probably should not have sent that elephant in the combat. That wasn't the best idea I've ever had. I'll tell you that much. Hair in the tooth. No, don't stand down. I don't care. I see what. Yeah, clearly, but it's just it's not even just for you. It's just for any viewers who might watch this afterwards or who might watch this now. It's just a bit of a warning system, just so you know. Hello? You're sitting right over here with a full-fledged base and you're not helping me? I should just call it off. He's sitting... Oh, wow, he got defeated. Hello? I'm just sitting over here and I need help. I'm so screwed. I'm relying solely on ODSTs at this point. Rock this away. Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, definitely want to read some Batman comics one day, but I can't stand RPGs, and I don't know why. I've tried. I really have tried to like them, but I don't think I'll ever will truly like them. I'm very strange in what games I like. Like I'm mostly a platformer guy, but also like I don't know, to be honest. I guess it just I'm more a varied person. I think it just depends on the game. Like I'm sure that one day they'll come along and RPG that I will like. Like I was just trying to replay. You play Pokemon? How can RPG suck? I was just actually trying to replay Spectrobes. Well, Spectrobes 2 on the DS. I don't know if you remember. It was a Pokemon clone. It had some really good character design, and that's what everyone praised it for. Like in terms of character design, oh man, the Pokemon ripoffs, or the Spectrobes as they're called, they were some good character design. I can't get into the game though. Like I couldn't even get past the first part. It's a very unique RPG, unlike most other RPGs. Okay, destroy. But what makes an RPG unique? They're all just RPGs. It's like saying Call of Duty is a very unique first-person shooter. No, you know, never mind, because I think Halo is a very unique first-person shooter, whereas Call of Duty is like very run of the mill in terms of. Nah, dude, your bases are done. Those main bases, anyway. And the ODSTs. You see this? This is ODST power. See, that's why they don't let you get. This is why they should not let you get ODSTs and death matches, because ODSTs are just too powerful, and if you can keep calling on them, destroy the base. What are you doing? They're about to die. Never mind. Destroy the base, you idiot! Oh my god, I've never seen bigger idiots in my life. Hold on, yeah, as I was saying though, but can I call a Spartan? Oh, I forgot what I was saying, to be honest. He's building a scarab. Oh my god, I'm screwed. He already has a scarab. Dude, you're sitting right here, please. You know what? Okay, we're gonna go about this a different way. Set him there. Because these guys are complete idiots. Pokemon has you capture and befriend the little animals as on your journey to be the best, whilst many others are generic save the world stories also like that. But I mean, let's ask ourselves this question, right? I think the world in general is at a point so far ahead now. It's like, what else can we really come up with? Like, I think we've gotten to the point in gaming and movies and television and comics, like, at this point, what else is there really to do but improve upon what we already have? That's just my opinion, though. In some form or fashion, like, at some point you gotta ask yourself, what else is there really for us to do that we have not already done? That we haven't already done? Like, is there really anything else that you can do? Any type of other story that you can come up with other than your generic save the world or destroy the world type scenario? I mean, is there really that many possibilities? A few of those save the world stories I dislike, like Sword and Shield and Diamond and Pearl. But like, okay, but even with Pokemon, okay, you say what makes it so good is that it's not a save the world story. You're out to become the very best. Well, how many times can you become the very best? Take down. That's cool. Take down a mafia. Take down. Okay, but then take down the mafia. That's just the classic evil versus good story. Regardless of how you spin it, it could be aliens versus the United States military. It can be a war movie. It could be whatever you want it to be. But in the end of the day, it's either going to be your classic good versus evil story, or your classic save the world story, or your classic. Like, there's really nothing else you can really do at this point. Or you could be that one guy who does the well, everybody just dies at the end story, which I guess if you like that sort of thing, that's cool. But even that has been done already. So what else can you really do at this point? Now, I'm not saying things don't get stale, and sometimes you want a little bit of something different, because everyone does. I think that's true for everyone. But I also think the question becomes at some realistic point, when do we truly run out of scenarios that you can do? Because I mean, sure, things happen in life, and real things true stories will eventually come along where you can make more movies, TV shows, and games off of that. But how many times can you do that as well? You know, a good true story that hasn't been done will rarely comes along. You see what I'm saying? Sure, we'll invent new things. You can probably place new stories after, but like, the stories have been pretty generic as of late. Also, good versus evil can be made interesting, like in Black and White, which had Team Plasma on the surface presenting an interesting dilemma. But still, I mean, it's still just. But if you go down to the core of that, it's still just your classic good versus evil. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, eventually, like, there's no way to try and get around it. It's still, at the end of the day, however you try to spin it, it's still your classic good versus evil that has been done a million times. I mean, you can say good versus evil never gets old, and I mean, you would be telling the truth, but still. I'm around the border. We don't need any ODSTs right now, do we? Let's try that turret. Okay. These ODSTs. Like even this right now, this is your classic good versus evil. I thought the presentation of Pokemon abuse interesting, even when it's similar to the core. It's an interesting twist. I do understand what you're coming from, because I do believe that with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that's exactly how it's done. You know, the core is always the same. You're a human who becomes a Pokemon, and you're tasked with saving the Pokemon world. But how they go about it is usually so different and good that it makes you seeing that story a billion times over not be boring, because it's such a good story. What are you doing? I just told you to go get those guys. Go get them. Yeah, but I do agree though that you can make it interesting twist. But I mean, like in terms of what I mean is like in terms of brand new. I'm not saying you can't take a good, interesting twist to a concept that's already been done. But what I mean is like we're at a point where we cannot physically come up with any more concepts. Like what else can you literally do at this point? As long as it's good, has a twist on things to make it more interesting. That's what I'm saying. I think the same core is good, but I was just genuinely talking about cores in general. Like, at what point do we realize that there are no more cores? There's no more starting point. Everything is just the same from here on out. And oh well, there we go. He was victorious. Cool. There we go. Do I want to do another skirmish? Let me see something real quick. Oh, let's play Surf's Up really fast. Oops, I gotta quit this game. We should probably play Surf's Up. Of course, I just gotta make sure the music, I don't get copyrighted for music, or I take the stream down, because I will get copyrighted for the music, and I know I will. Yeah, I think the same core is not bad, I guess, but like I said, there's really no more cores. I don't think we can realistically come up with. No, I didn't mean to click that because I don't want to uninstall the game. No, that was an accident. Auto run. The game might be fuzzy at first because I have to change the resolution, so apologies. This is the silent protagonist approaching. Follow a character instead. I think that's a good way to shake the story. Personally, I do kind of enjoy the silent protagonist approach now. I think it works better. I think it's a lot more moldable than having a character with exclusive dialogue, and it gives the game a lot more replayability though. I think I do enjoy when your character does have a bit more interaction. I think we're out of core elements, but there are plenty of things to make a story interesting. Yeah, I think with Mystery Dungeon, I think example, right? If you ever get time, right? If you ever do truly get time and you have your 3DS, I totally recommend you play Super Mystery Dungeon, because while Super Mystery Dungeon is not my favorite story, Gates to Infinity is, I think Super Mystery Dungeon handles everything from your character to your partner to the story. I think it handles it so well. Don't worry, the game's glitched, but I'll just have to fix the resolution. Let me just fix the resolution for you guys. Put that out of the way too. There we go. That should totally fix it for you guys. It makes it a lot more viewable. But I feel as a way to shake up the Pokemon story. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Mystery Dungeon, I think does the best at how it handles the entire thing. I gotta be careful here though, because I have to play the music that does not have copyright. Because if I play the music with copyright, I'm pretty much screwed, and I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, no. Shut up. Unless you're. Wait. Pause the game. Okay, no, we're good. Oh, okay, well, I've already messed up. I really have fun with this game. I don't know why. It's the way you can, like, combo tricks together. I really enjoyed this movie. The second one, they screwed up, though. I mean, I love WWE as much as the next guy, but, like, Tank Evans. Look at those cool moves, dude. Yeah, he was gonna mess it up. Hold on, I'm gonna check the chat in a second. These generic songs suck, but I'm gonna have to play them because if not, I'm gonna get so copyrighted, and I don't want to be copyrighted. Okay, now hold on. It says, I'd like to see a game where the legendary doesn't exist. I've always had is that in Pokemon, every creature of legend is real. Every creature, yeah, they always do end up becoming real. Even in Mystery Dungeon, it's crazy. By the way, now I'm starting to see a lot of renewed energy online for a new Mystery Dungeon game, and I only hope that Nintendo does something about it, but let's be honest here, it's Nintendo. The worst company in the world, in my personal opinion, so I don't have high hopes for them. It would be great, though. I think if I could just get, I think I'd have just a tiny bit better perception of Nintendo if I could maybe get a game from one of their series I actually like every couple of years. Like, come on, dude. One Mystery Dungeon game. The games continue to sell well. They do sell decent enough to warrant a sequel. That's for sure. Even Mystery Dungeon DX. All of the Mystery Dungeon games sell so well enough. Well enough to get a sequel every other year or every couple years. So why they don't do it, I don't understand. We're talking about sales in the millions, not sales in the hundreds of thousands or something like that. And we have games out there that sell less than millions, sell less than that, and yet they continue to make them. I'm trying to think of some games, but I'm sure I'll think of something in a few seconds. But you get my point. The games sell well enough each time to warrant a sequel, and there's enough hype for one. No, Sony is way worse. I don't think Sony is way worse. But it's still, whatever you feel, is still, mediocre is not bad. Mediocre is still enough to warrant making another one. There's a lot of mediocre movies and games that get sequels every year that sell worse than Mystery Dungeon. But to be honest, you should have expected that anyway. Who makes a remake? Why would you make a remake? I think it's way too soon. I think the whole remake bandwagon is a good one, but certain games just don't need to be remade yet. Like, dude, it's not even that old. Make a new game. We don't even have enough. I shouldn't have played this tank. I didn't want to play this tank. I mean, we won. But I didn't buy Mystery Dungeon DX either because I just thought it was something stupid. Like, do we really need a remake already of those games? I mean, sure, 2005 was a minute ago, but it wasn't that long ago. The cheat codes don't stay activated, do they? I'm not entering those in every time either. Chicken Joe is for sure my favorite one, man. This game is so fun. Gotta make sure I don't get the wrong music. It's been like 20 years. I felt it was somewhat warranted. It's been like 20 years. Your math is like way off. It's been less than 20 years. It's probably like 15, 16. Well, probably like 17 years at this point. But I don't think a remake was warranted yet, dude. Now, certain games I do feel older games than that deserve a remake, but I just don't think it was time for a remake of those games. Not yet. I mean, to me, they made the art style worse. I don't really like the whole comic book art style they got going on for it. I don't like that. So, like, I preferred the much more original animation of the DS games. I think I really love that animation style for those DS games, and so it's like me. I don't think I like the whole remake bandwagon, but like really I just don't think it was enough. But either way, the game definitely, you can't deny that over 1 million sales is definitely showing that there's still enough demand to make another one. And I guarantee you it would have sold a lot better, even better than over 1 million sales had it had been an original title. Dude, I am killing it. We're gonna get. Oh man. Yes. Oh come on. How stupid? Did you see that? Ubisoft and your Mystery Dungeon like 10 or 4. I think it's 2005. So like I said, about when they came out in 2020, right? So it would have been about 15 years old at that point. I mean, like, dude, that's still not that old. 15 years. I just don't think a remake was warranted yet. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. Especially when you've had less than a certain amount of original games. Like, okay, take Call of Duty, for example. Okay, those games can deserve, I think those games do deserve remakes because they make so many a year, people probably don't remember those stories or haven't replayed them in a minute. But with Mystery Dungeon, the pool of games to play is so small, and and the gap between new releases are so wide that most people, like I said, most people probably have replayed those games in the last year or two by the time a remake came out. Further example, literally, and I kid you not, this is not a joke or anything, I've said this so many times, but Mystery Dungeon DX was literally announced the day after I beat, I'm predicting Scarlet and Violet will be bad. Scarlet and Violet, what's that? No, but I was saying, I think most people, the pool of games to pull from is so small, and then why remake those ones out of everything? I get those games are awesome, you know. Personally, they're my least favorite, but that's not because they're bad. It's just because I think every other one, I feel like, and this is something I think you should feel about a game series, I feel like every other sequel to those games improved upon the series so much that going back to those games, you feel like you're missing assets that the other games provide, and that's a good feeling. You should feel like that if you're gonna replay a game. To new fans and the names of the next Pokemon games and the names of the next Pokemon. What new fan? Listen, right? Games should not be designed to target games like that should not be designed to target new fans. If you already have a small fan base in the first place, or well, not a small fan base, because like I said, these games do sell millions of copies. So if you already have a nice fan base already, I don't think there's much room for you to, like, they've been remaking Diablo for so many years at this point, right? Like, dungeon crawlers don't have that big of a fan base to begin with, and it's probably not going to be gaining any big fan base anytime soon. I think it's just best to stick to what you do best, and instead of worrying about remakes. I don't think there's any hope for any new fan base. You know, most kids today don't want dungeon crawlers. Why would they want to play a dungeon crawler when they can be playing a platformer? I don't even like dungeon crawlers. Mystery Dungeon is the only one I do like. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I did something so stupid. I haven't learned my lesson now. What kid is gonna want to play Mystery Dungeon nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just a random person who just wants to. There's a point where you gotta just forget about the new fan base and stick and cater to the fan base you've already got, because you're not really getting better than that at this point. Like, even me, I hated Mystery Dungeon at first, but then I played it and it was just like super good. Like, even the sales for I think Mystery Dungeon DX did was serve to prove the point that I just made, and that because most of the people who brought it already would have brought in any Mystery Dungeon game anyway. There wasn't too many new people interested in it. But I think if you have a dedicated fan base that you know are going to go out and buy a game, and it's going to make you a good return, then do it. It did work on me. I bought their game. I checked it out. Okay, but you brought the one that I would consider to be the most inferior game of the entire series. And did it make you want to go play the rest of them? Which you should totally do. Either way, I think you should definitely do it. But, like, did it truly get you to go and say, hey, you know what, now I want to go back and play Explorers of Darkness /Time/Sky. I'm just calling it Explorers of Darkness. Or I want to go back and play Gates to Infinity. I want to go back and play Super Mystery Dungeon. I don't think it clearly has not made you think that way. So when you have, it's not going to work. Sure, you brought it. You checked it out, and then it didn't work for you. It's not going to. Most kids today are not going to. A dungeon crawler is just not going to appeal to them. I know for a fact it's not. It didn't even appeal to me back then when I first got the game. I hated it. It was only when I got a little bit older, went back and actually understood the game, did I like it. So who are you trying to attract here? The people who like it are already going to like it. The ones who don't are not going to start now. So I don't see I just can't seem to understand the idea behind it personally. Check the chicken. I'm doing super good right now. Yeah. Chicken Chuck is so cool, dude. I don't even think I checked the song for this one. Oh man, that was so stupid. Okay. Not really. You see what I'm saying? Not really. You're not gonna go back and play. You played what I would consider to be the worst one in the series. Which that's not saying the game's bad. The game is good. It's super good. Don't get me wrong. Don't think. Oh man, I didn't mean to click that. Don't think I'm saying the game is bad because it's nowhere near bad. But what I'm saying is you played the one that is not the best representation of the series. It's a great game. But I don't think you should play that one first out of anything. I think you should play either Superman. Like in terms of story, you should obviously play them all in order. There is no real order to the story, but you should play them all in order and continuity. Here's how I think you should do it personally, and I'm not just saying you. I'm just saying like anybody who would try out Mystery Dungeon. I would say start with either Super Mystery Dungeon or start with Explorers of Darkness. Don't start with Blue Rescue Team or Red Rescue Team or Gates to Infinity yet, because to understand Gates to Infinity is a lot easier than all the other games. Which that's not saying there's no challenge, because there is challenge, but it's just a lot easier to the other games. And it's genuinely the most disliked one in the series, not because it's bad, just because the story was good, but it just a lot of people just felt it was too easy. It did take away a lot of the challenge. But I think in terms of the story, it's my favorite. But if you had to play them in order, in a certain order, I would say start with either Explorers of Darkness /Time/Sky, all the same game or whatever. Start with one of those, or start with Super Mystery Dungeon, then go back and play Gates to Infinity and play Blue Rescue Team last, and then go back and replay them all one more time, but this time you can play them in order. Then you come to appreciate what each game is trying to do a little bit better, and that's how I think it works. It's one of those games where you can't let the first one be the I'm just saying, if I was going to remake these games, I would have remade Super Mystery Dungeon. Well, Super Mystery Dungeon was definitely too soon to be remade, but I would have remade Explorers of Darkness /Time/Sky first, and then you can go on. Once you take what is considered to be your best game and then improve upon it, then well, there you go. But then again, the 3DS and DS eras are two wildly different eras. It was a Mystery Dungeon that it wasn't fun. I had no with the qualms with the story. That's my point. This is what I'm saying. It was not fun. And do you know why it wasn't fun? Because you played the one that's probably the least fun out of all of them. I'm not saying Blue Rescue Team has the weakest story. It does not have the weakest story at all, although it's relatively short. It doesn't have the weakest story. Out of who has the weakest story, I don't really know, dude. I think all stories of the games are great. No, but it just genuinely has the weakest gameplay out of all of them, for sure. All the other games introduce sick new mechanics and things and they improve upon the gameplay and so much that makes the game a lot more enjoyable, a lot easier to get through, and a lot more fun, while also keeping the challenge of Blue Rescue Team just as hard, if not harder, than Blue Rescue Team. It makes the gameplay super fun. The game has the weakest gameplay of all, for sure, and that's why I said you should never start with that one. I think my personal favorite gameplay is Super Mystery Dungeon. I think Super Mystery Dungeon takes everything that all the other games do right and mix them together. A great story, amazing game, the amazing storytelling of Gates to Infinity, the great gameplay of Explorers of Darkness and Time and Sky, and what does it really take from the first game? I don't know what you could really take from the first game. I mean, there's not too much to take. Like I said, if I'm remaking something, I'm not remaking that, of all things. Like, really, they should have started with something else. And I urge you to give Mystery Dungeon one more try, but don't do one of the trash games. Just try to play try to get your hands on Super Mystery Dungeon or Explorers of Time/Darkness and then play that. Is when I got it, I used Joy-Cons and not my GameCube remote, so I should probably check it out again. No, don't do that. Here's the thing, right? Let me just go ahead and tell you this right now. Play the DS games. play the DS and 3DS games first. Don't go back and replay that game. I'm telling you, not first. Emulate the DS ones. Emulate Explorers of Time, Darkness. Whenever you get some time, emulate Explorers of Time / Darkness, or play Super Mystery Dungeon. One of those games first. Do not go back and revisit Blue Rescue Team. Like I said, I had Blue Rescue Team is the worst one to start off with. There is no continuity, so it's not like when you play a game you're missing out on anything that happens in the others. There is no continuity to the game, so there's no particular order you have to play them in. That is the last game of all of them that you should be playing. This is coming from someone who has actually played and beat every single Mystery Dungeon game. Don't start with Gates to Infinity, because Gates to Infinity, while having some challenge, is super easy, and the story is really good, but the challenge is not there, so you get used to it, and so then when you go back to one of the other games and you realize, oh wait a minute, the difficulty is a little bit heavier in these games, then it could get a little frustrating, but the difficulty is never like hair pulling out frustrating or super annoying like that, and especially the checkpoints really help you out. But you should never start with Blue Rescue Team, and not tell anyone that. It's like if someone were going to go play Wario Land 1, I wouldn't really tell them to start with Wario Land 1. Another thing is, okay. Yeah, but I wouldn't tell someone to start with Wario Land 1, even though you probably should, because the continuity is there for the Wario Land games. There is continuity, so you probably should start with Wario Land 1 in terms of story. In terms of gameplay, Wario Land 3 is personally my favorite, but whereas Wario Land, with Wario Land, as much as I think Wario Land 1 is the weakest, I would still tell you to start with Wario Land 1, because it has the weakest gameplay, but the story is still there, and the continuity going from Wario Land 1 to Virtual Wario Land to Wario Land 2 to Wario Land 3 and 4 is there, and you pretty much, to understand the later stories, you pretty much do have to kind of play Wario Land 1. That's just how it is for Wario Land. But like with Mystery Dungeon, you don't need to play any other game to understand the stories of any of the other games. So it's definitely the last game you should definitely be playing in terms of what order you should play them in. I actually had a conversation about this before with someone, but you should definitely don't start. My advice to you is just give the games one more try and start with either Explorers of Sky / Darkness / Time, or start with Super Mystery Dungeon. Then play then play whatever one you play first, then go to the other. So if you play Super Mystery Dungeon first, then go play Explorers of Time, Darkness, Sky, whatever you want to call it. Then go play Gates to Infinity, and then go play Blue Rescue Team. Because while all games have good stories, all of them do not have as good of gameplay as the others. I would tell someone to start Pokemon in Gen 3, 4, 6, 7, or Let's Go. That's exactly what I'm saying. Don't start. If I urge you to try Mystery Dungeon again and play either Super Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Darkness, and then go back and play Blue Rescue Team last. You should just, certain games you just don't need to start with the first game. That is one of those games that you just do not need to start with the first game in the series. It's just not the greatest idea, and you're really just asking for trouble that way. You don't want to start with that because it's an annoyance. It really is. And like I said, I don't know. I hope you will go back and give these games a try. Start with Explorers of Darkness, Time, or Sky, or whatever. They don't have a reliance on the touchscreen, so they can easily be played on an emulator. And if you want to emulate like Super Mystery Dungeon or Gates to Infinity, those are also easy to emulate 3DS games. They don't require much power to emulate. So, I have a physical copy of each game. Except I don't know where my Blue Rescue Team copy is anymore. I still have it. I just don't know where it is. I've got to look for it at some point. Cock-a-doodle don't. I love that. But yeah. Don't ever start with if you ever do play the games and you do come to like them and you ever recommend them to someone else, say Goatwell or someone like that, make sure you let whoever you know, do not play don't start with Blue Rescue Team. And that's why I wouldn't have remade Blue Rescue Team. That's where I think they made their mistake at. Blue Rescue Team could have waited for a remake, and I know it's called Blue Rescue Team or Red Rescue Team, but I'm just calling it one. See, technically, my first game here, I actually did the order completely different because I started with Explorers of Darkness, and that was the first game no, the first game I beat was actually Gates to Infinity. Well, no, okay, let me explain this because this is getting weird. I'm gonna have to pause this to explain this because it's very weird. Because here's the order I got them. I got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness first. I got that way back in the day. That was the first game in the series I got, and I tried it and I realized, oh, wait a minute. This game is not fun. I do not like it. Why did I get it? I actually got that from Toys R Us back in there. I had got a new DS that same day, and so I got it from Toys R Us. But no, that's besides the point. Then I had a friend back in the day give me a copy of Blue Rescue Team after I had already had Explorers of Darkness. And again, it was the same thing. I liked it even less than I did Explorers of Darkness. And then Easter in 2015, I believe, or maybe Easter in 2012. Actually, I would get Explorers of Darkness Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity for Christmas, and then I beat that game. That was the first one I ever beat, and I fell in love with it from then and there. So then I set out to go back and beat all the other games. And because I knew there wasn't any continuity, I went back and beat it. I went back and beat Explorers of Darkness first, and then finally went back and beat Blue Rescue Team. And I'm so happy I did it that way because it would show me that Blue Rescue Team, despite being the first game, was obviously the weakest of the entire series. Like, even the story is a lot more lighthearted than the other games. The other games have more serious and lighthearted stories, a mix. Whereas, like, I feel like the entire point of Pokemon Blue Rescue Team is that it doesn't really get you hooked. It does. That's not saying the story is lighthearted, because it does have its serious moments, but you don't take its serious moments as seriously as you take like okay. Let me explain this, right? This is a good reference, right? Because I have cried at the end of video games, and I think that's super. I think that's if a video game can get you to cry at the end of it, then that's when it's a really good game, in my opinion. And like, out of all of the games of the Super Mystery Dungeon series, Blue Rescue Team never really got too much emotion out of me in terms of the story at all. Like, that, again, the story was good. It was just, it felt a little more like you didn't take the serious moments as seriously as you took them in like Blue Rescue Team, and you took the lighthearted moments more lightheartedly because they were a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? It was a switch because you had some serious moments in which, like, Blue Rescue Team and all that. What's your opinion on Pokemon Black and White? It used to be good. It used to be the only Pokemon game I could play, but nowadays my opinion on all Pokemon games are about the same. Dislike, and that even goes for Pokemon Black and White 1 and 2. Sure, those games were a big part of my childhood, but in all honesty, I don't really like them I don't like them anymore. I can't play them anymore. I still have all my original copies of Pokemon Black and White and Pokemon Black and White 2. Yeah, I used to actually get both of the games whenever one would come out because I thought genuinely that there was a difference between the two. So I would get Pokemon Black and White and not just get one of them because, as far as I was concerned, they were two different games. Now I understand you really only need to get one nowadays. But back then, I used to get both. So I do have all 4 versions of each game, and I can tell you, I don't like them as much as I don't really like them because, okay, I could never get into the Pokemon way of things normally. So whereas back in the day I would have rated those games really good because I have beat those games, I never could actually fully enjoy the whole idea of Pokemon, as I would just, like I said, I would go through the games just tank-wise. I would play it like it was a freaking first-person shooter and just blast through it one Pokemon. I never bothered to train any other Pokemon or try to get different Pokemon or fill up I don't think I've ever actually put a Pokemon in one of the boxes because I would just catch random Pokemon whenever and keep them as a party because they weren't my main show. You know what I'm saying? My main show was all about Tepig, that he was my main Pokemon, and he was who I would only worry about. And so I would literally use him for everybody. Water types, plant types, electric type. It doesn't matter what type it was. It could be the most anti-fire type in the world. It could be the most powerful fire type in the world. Although I will say, personally, I feel like fire types are the best types to have in terms of neutral types, because it's like whenever I would try with an Oshawott or Snivy, it was always I felt like more things could harm a water or a plant type Pokemon than could harm a fire type. You know what I'm saying? I felt like fire types did a lot more damage to most other Pokemon than any other Pokemon in the entire series. So in order is Pokemon Omega Ruby, Y, Yellow, Sun, White, Platinum, Let's Go, Emerald, for your Sword, Shield. So I meant Sword, Soul, Silver. Like literally, I've never played most of those games. The games I think I have played and tried. In terms of games I have beat, I've only ever beat. I beat Pokemon Black 1. I beat Pokemon Black 2. But I haven't beat Pokemon Black 2 in so many years. I don't even know how long ago that was. I was still. I think it had just came out or something back when I beat it. And I played Emerald, and I didn't like it, so that was the end of that. I didn't even get past the first gym. I just didn't like it. I played. I brought Let's Go Eevee to give it one more try. I meant Let's Go Pikachu to give it one more try. I beat the game, but the game was not the try at Pokemon I really wanted. For me, I think that was the boiling. Like I said, that was the boiling point for me. The game was. I felt like I wasted my money on that game solely because it was so easy and such a waste of time. It was. That's safe to say I was pretty upset about that game. It was so easy and the story wasn't captivating for me. It was just an entire waste of money for me, in general. And that pretty much sums up my experience with normal Pokemon. I have played Platinum, I think, back in the day, but it was never. I had borrowed it from someone, and I had to give it back pretty relatively quickly. I think I had it for like a weekend or something. Tried it again, didn't even get past the first gym. Don't even remember what the game is like, and never looked back. So that's probably my experience with Pokemon and how and where my experience will stay. Point is, I did fire, but they are still great. You will play my game and you will hate it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna hate it. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna play it for sure. But what I mean is, I'm not gonna like it for the gameplay. I'm gonna I don't think anything is going to change my mind about Pokemon gameplay. I'll let you know that now. But in terms of how far it is and how cool it is, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it and applaud it. Especially if you make a game that's just cool in general. But I'll never truly change my mind on Pokemon. I think the Pokemon series is a dead series for me. It's one where there is no coming back for me. I just can't get into RPGs, and that is just, to me, it's just as much an RPG as freaking Final Fantasy is, if that makes sense to you. And the whole me and Pokemon thing is over. That whole relationship is done. It was something I tried, experimented with. It never truly worked out, and so away from Pokemon, traditional Pokemon, I will stay. Mystery Dungeon, though, will always forever be one of my favorites. So in terms of gameplay, I'll let you know now. I'm not gonna that's not, if you're looking for traditional gameplay feedback, I'm not the one to go to for that. You're much more. You should probably go to Goatwell, and because he plays Pokemon just as much as you do. So you should probably go to someone like that who actually does play Pokemon. And I don't play traditional Pokemon. Now, if you came at me and said, "Hey, you made a Mystery Dungeon ROM hack," automatically I would love it. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of if the story, I've played so many Mystery Dungeon ROM hacks now. There are so many good ones, so many funny ones, so many non-funny ones, so many cringy ones, but they're all just so good. I'm just so happy to get a Mystery Dungeon ROM hack at this point that I'll play any one, period, that they come out with. You can release a ROM hack on anything and I'll play it. Some of them have genuinely been so funny though. I'm gonna play some on stream one day. One day I'll play one on stream because some of them are extremely funny. I love it. I love the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon ROM hacks. It's about time, after so many years of complaining about there being no ROM hacks, there are finally ROM hacks. Let me just see what you said real quick. It says he doesn't own a computer to play. You don't have to own a computer to play a ROM hack. It's a ROM hack. You can play it on anything. Oh, come on, I'm dead. You can play a ROM hack on your phone, on your DS, on your, not unless you have a hack DS, or on your PSP. Anything. It really does not matter. Okay, again, those good old trick shots right there. Or I meant the trick lining. But in terms of gameplay wise, you should definitely go to someone who actually is into Pokemon for gameplay wise. But I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna enjoy it in terms of actually just enjoying a game. It'll be cool. But in terms of actual how the game plays, I'm never gonna become that type of person who will like Pokemon. It's just not for me. I've tried. It's not. I'm completely against people not trying stuff and then just writing it off. But considering I have most Pokemon experiences are 1-to-1, and I've given a good majority of them a try, and they haven't been able to captivate me thus far. I don't think I don't think I'll ever become a Pokemon fan in terms of like traditional Pokemon. I can do it. There we go. I'm making a fan. I know. Oh, well, yeah. You're making a fan game. You're not making a ROM hack. You're making a fan game. Finally, I've unlocked Elliot. It's about time, dude. Oh, you're making a fan game. That makes a lot more sense now. I have about 32 of those. Now we can finally play as Elliot for real now. Let's go ride the legendary wave. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna try it out for sure. I'm gonna try it out for sure. It's significantly easier. Oh, really? It is. I always thought ROM hacks were significantly easier because you didn't really have to code anything. All you had to do was change what was already there. I didn't. I always figured fan games would be harder because you actually have to sit down and code those games unless somebody made an engine for you to make for you to make games in that style. Which okay, if they did, that makes a lot more sense. It's so cool to see Elliot in this game. If you know who Elliot is, he's from Open Season. All three Open Season 1 and 2 were good movies. Open Season 3 though was a bit iffy to say the least. I do think the series should be revisited though. I really did enjoy Open Season, the movies. I thought the movies were good enough to warrant another. Sony Animation is pretty much a dead studio anyway, which is just super sad because I felt like they made some pretty good movies and characters that would go down to become that would, in my opinion, go down to become some of my favorites. You know, Surfs just as well as I think you know how Disney have their exclusive characters and you know Disney has their exclusive characters and DreamWorks has their own exclusive characters. So I think Sony Animation's cast of characters were super good and deserve to not just be forgotten. It's so stupid. I wish someone else would either get their hands on the characters or Sony would actually start caring about them again. Oh, come on. Sony is very hit and miss. Pokemon Essential. And yeah, I'm using an engine. RPG Maker as a base, and yeah, I'm using it in Pokemon Essentials. Sony's very hit or miss. Like, what do you mean? As in movies? I really liked it. I think like I said, I think the Open Season series was good. I liked it. I liked it. Sony has a big problem with third sequels though, or just sequels in general. You know, I didn't like stuff like Hotel Transylvania, but I did like Open Season. I love Surf's Up. I think some of these movies did have a place in the the whole movie scene, and I think the series should totally be revisited. I mean, okay. Aside from the fact that Open Season 3 was literally just, and this is not a joke by the way, Open Season 3 was literally designed to be a Madagascar 3 ripoff. Like 100%, it was. Literally, like, okay, are you gonna tell me that Open Season 3 and Madagascar 3 are not that far behind each other and that both of them have a focus on the circus? Really? Both of them are about the circus. Madagascar 3 and Open Season 3, they're both about wild animals, either trying to get back to the zoo or get back to the wild. Or you see what I'm saying? Relatively the same story, like genuinely. Like Open Season 3 was literally, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I'm gonna have to look into this, but I'm almost certain Open Season 3 was designed to be a ripoff of Madagascar 3 in 100% fashion, every way, every shape, every form. I don't know. I just feel like the whole movie animation scene is pretty dry now. You know what I'm saying? Without Fox being there to have stuff like Rio and to have stuff like Rio and Ice Age, I feel like it's pretty dry. What's like Sony do to the Sony animations? Like Ants? What do you mean Ants? Who made Ants again? Oh yeah, like yeah, exactly similar to Ants and A Bug's Life, but literally it's just that like the entirety of like if you ever watch Open Season 3 is usually free on most platforms, so I totally recommend you check it out. But the entire game was just 100% a clear and concise ripoff of. Okay, let me play this. Let me pause this real quickly. Hold on, I'll be right back. Here, then I'll do it. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to do something really quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and actually wrap this stream up really quickly anyway, because I actually have to take more time to record, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this stream up. And I also just realized I didn't even change the audio for that. But Rip Blue Sky. I liked it, Blue Sky, man. I really did. I liked it, Rio. I thought Rio was a really good movie. Both Rio 1 and 2. Ice Age was awesome, obviously, but I really had a thing for Rio. I even had the Martian actually had the Rio DS game, and I beat that game. You can still hear it in the background. I'm an idiot. I forgot you have to, with this game, you genuinely have to close it out or it won't count as you closing it out. So we're just gonna quit real quickly. Those are these old games for you. But yeah, Blue Sky was a really good team. But like, Ice Age had 5 movies, and I thought most of them were pretty good. Well, and I don't understand the whole stereotypes behind sequels being enough. Like, if you have a successful franchise, why not continue to profit off of it? I don't understand. Sure, there's going to be some hit or miss there, but example, Kung Fu Panda is going to have 6 movies, and I think it deserves to have 6 movies. It's a super good series. It was always designed to be. I don't think there's anything wrong with profiting off of movie characters. Like, why should there be? If we can make a Super Mario Bros. 1, a Super Mario Bros. 2, a Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World is basically Super Mario Bros. 4, let's be honest here. Super Mario 64 is basically Super Mario 4, I'm at Super Mario 5, but in 3D. Super Mario Sunshine is basically Super Mario 6, but also in 3D. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are basically Super Mario 7 and 8. Like, let's just be honest here. We're just being honest here. These games are just evolving. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a movie series. In fact, I think it would be a lot better if more movies had series instead of just being a one-off. It really does kill it for me. Because it was always me. I never thought Ice Age was mediocre. See, I love Ice Age. It was always a super good movie. 5 or 1. I'm just saying May 13th. Because why is it that if something is successful, it shouldn't be profitable? I don't understand. I've never understood that whole argument. If a series or movie is profitable and people like it and they continue to show interest in coming back for it, why should these characters be limited to just a one-off? As far as I'm concerned, make 13 movies. I think characters should go and go and go until their popularity wanes off, and that's just how I've always felt. Make these characters. Not everything can be a timeless classic, but make as much as you can while you can, and make a profit off of it. So I don't like it. I understand what you mean. I always did love Ice Age. I thought all the movies were good. But I'm saying if a series is good and people like it, why not every series is going to be a Mario or Sonic or Halo or Call of Duty. Not every series is going to be that. And I'm not just talking about I'm talking about everything. You know what I'm saying? Comics, books, video games, movies, TV shows. So if you have someone who has shown to be popular and make money multiple times at least, right? If you make a movie and the first one does good, okay, and the second one flops, well then there's your reason to go ahead and say, well, this movie is dead. But if you make an Ice Age and Ice Age 1 does good, and I'm not gonna name all these names because I can't even remember most of them. I can only remember Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Ice Age Continental Drift. I can't even remember. There are so many, I forgot the names of most of them. But if you have an Ice Age and an Ice Age 1 does well, and Ice Age 2 does well, and Ice Age 3 does well, and Ice Age 4 does well, why wouldn't you make a 5? You see what I'm saying? That's just the way I see it. That's just the way I see it. I don't believe that I believe series should stop until when they get old. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you'll have series that will continue to go on forever, like Batman, Superman. Those are series I genuinely think will last forever, or if not forever, at least for a good few centuries. And I'm genuinely honest, I believe that. Because those characters are so good at what they do and are so relatable, they're so timeless, and no matter how many times you tell their story, it's a good story. I think those are characters that will continue to exist for, like I said, if not forever, which I don't think nothing will last forever, but if not forever, I can tell you right now that I do believe that Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, a few of those heroes are gonna have centuries under your belt. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. Of course, we won't live to see all of them, but I'm saying, like, by 2070, if I'm still making YouTube videos and you and a bunch of other people are watching them still, I'll be like, more to you, I told you so. I told you Superman and Batman would still be here. SpongeBob. Exactly my point. I think I think these certain characters will continue to live the age of time and genuinely rack up centuries under their belt. Like, I give Batman, if Batman doesn't last forever, like if Batman does not last forever, I'll say he at least have a good 10 centuries under his belt. And you think I'm joking with you? I'm not. These are characters that will never get old. You can retell their story a billion times, and no matter how many times you retell it, it's always good. You have a SpongeBob. These characters, I don't think that same logic applies to everything though. I don't think, like, I believe it's eventually Mario, Sonic, Halo, all of those characters I do believe will die eventually. Because I also do believe that at one point video games will die out one again. That's not saying they won't make a resurgence, but I think at some point they are going to die again. You can't die. You can't, like, okay, movies and TV shows and movies and movies and movies and music, for example, are things that can infinitely just go on. But I believe at some point video game and books as well. I believe at some point video games will probably crash again. Now, will that be anytime soon? No. Will that be anytime in the next century? Probably not. Will it be anytime in the century after that? Who knows? Not me. Most likely not. But I'm saying I do believe at one point video games are going to crash again. That's not saying it won't make a resurgence, but eventually everything that you want to do in a video game, graphics will get so good to a point to where they just can't get any better, and games will get to a point to where it's like it's just getting completely stale. Whereas with movies, again, something about movies that make movies a lot different and than video games, that make things like movies and music a lot different than video games, is that, like, for example, with a movie, right? With a movie has infinite options to pull from. For example, true stories, fictional stories, books, anything like that. Of course, books can be based off true stories or real stories as well. But, like, a movie can have a true story and actually make it look good. You see what I'm saying? It can do something like, even if it's a tragic story, it can do that and actually do it well, and people won't look at it and say, "Hey." Imagine basing a video game off the Titanic. Off an example, a tragic event. Who's gonna like that? Who's gonna want to buy that? First off, how would you even make that fun? Yeah, but okay, video games based on a true story. But I'm just saying, like, what video game? How can video games be based on a true story? Exactly my point. You can't really without just making it seem weird or just dumb and just making no sense. Other than games like Telltale games, those games do make sense because they will continue to be popular. They will be good series, and those I could see a Telltale Titanic game. Why? Because it makes sense. It's more similar to a movie than a game in general, so it makes sense. But who wants to play a game based off? You can make a billion different movies about real life events that will happen in the future or have happened in the past. You can't do that with video games. I just don't think it's possible. And make it done in a somehow not serious way. Make a video game where you are the Zodiac. Exactly my point. Okay, who would want that? Who would want to actually do that? You know what I'm saying? These aren't fictional killers, right? You can't. Who wants to see it? Now, when you watch a movie about something like that, it's just a more dramatized telling of that. If you're playing a video game, nobody wants to play a video game where you're out murdering real people who actually got murdered in real life. Only a psychopath would want to play that. Who is going to want to play that? And of course you do. Well, there you go. Only who would actually want to play something like that? Not me. That's just what I'm saying. Whereas if I'm gonna watch a movie about it, sure, it might be a little spooky in the moment, but you can understand a movie. It's a movie telling the story of it, maybe adding a little drama here and there, but for the most part, it's a really standard telling of something like that. But a video game, I just don't think it's gonna work. It feels disrespectful to all the people who lost loved ones and things like that. It just feels disrespectful. Here you are glorifying the person who did these things by having a video game where you play as that person. It just does not make sense. That person is the selling point of the game. Oh, hey guys, here's a psychopath who went around and killing people for I don't remember how long the Zodiac Killer was on the loose for. But here's someone. It's like making a video game on Ted Bundy. Oh, here you go, guys. Screw all the people who lost people during when Ted Bundy was around. Just play as him. Here you go. It just does not work that way. It doesn't. Like, okay, now if you watch a movie or a documentary about that, it's a whole different situation because, okay, now it's trying to retell the story of what actually happened. While it's not really, movies don't have to be entertaining. Movies don't have to be as entertaining as a game. When you want to play a game, play. Exactly. Like, okay, first off, that doesn't even sound fun, right? That doesn't even sound fun. And no one is gonna want to play that in general. That's just not like, what do you? These games are games that can exist, and that's why I do believe eventually the video game formula will die out. Mario, Sonic, Halo, Master Chief, Call of Duty, it doesn't matter. These games will eventually get old because you will reach a point to where graphics can't get better, or unless you genuinely. And we're getting close to that point at this point now. We're getting close to the point to where graphics can't get better. Watch the horrific events of horrible people. Yes, you do see that, but what the thing is, the movies try to retell the story so so these people are never forgotten, and you walk away from a movie with feelings of disgust and anger. You know what I'm saying? You can walk away from these types of movies with that type of feeling. Not a game. You play a game to have fun. You don't necessarily watch a movie to have fun. You watch a movie to you can watch a movie to understand things. You can watch a movie to understand history. Sure, there are some built for entertainment, but I also believe there are some built for an understanding of things in a different light. You see what I'm saying? Or like, you can make a drama about how the police eventually caught one of these people. You see what I'm saying? No one's gonna want to play a game where you play as them. Who's gonna want to do that? That's not even gonna be fun. No one's gonna want to do that. No one's gonna want to play a game about the terrible tsunamis off the Japanese coast. Like, I just don't think you. It doesn't work like that. It's not like, oh, I don't think you're comprehending what I'm saying. You're not playing the game to understand the crime. You play the game because you want to have fun. Who's gonna buy a game? If I want to understand the crime, I'll watch the movie. Exactly my point. Plays detective solving murders. That's been done. Exactly my point. That's been done. You can't. There's just no way to make this into a fun video game and make it. Video games are a different medium than movies. Movies are designed to portray a ton of things. Okay, look, this is getting out of hand. I'm gonna actually have to go because I actually have to record something. So the first episode of Wario Land 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. But thank you for tuning into the stream. To you, I apologize for leaving so soon, but I gotta get out of here, man. Yeah, anybody watching this stream later on, you're new here, if you could subscribe, that'd be really awesome. This stream was not meant to go as long as it did, but I gotta go ahead and get on out of here. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. It's been fun. Yeah, make sure to have a great day, great night, or great anytime. Have a good one. Lame-o to you or Slayers. Actually, hold on. My phone is glitching. I just need to make sure the chat is clear one more time before I go ahead and get out of here. Yep, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.